So I'm often asked, how do I decrease the undesirable behavior? My child is whining, my child is angry, my child comes home wanting to fight, etc. How do I deal with that? So there are two preventative methods that you can incorporate into your week that will help you create more goodwill and good feeling for the entire family. The first is GEMS. We talk about GEMS a lot. GEMS stands for Genuine Encounter Moments. And what those are very simply is that throughout the day, when you're interacting with other humans, you're going to get bids for attention. And what that entails is when somebody says something to you or even sighs. Have you ever sat next to your spouse and they go, that's a bid for attention. That's them inviting you to ask, hey, what's wrong? So when your child wants your attention, they might be very specific. So it might be something as basic as, look, Daddy, there's a plane overhead. And if that's what's happening, a genuine encounter moment is taking the time to stop, drop, and connect. It's seconds. We're talking about seconds here. Take the few seconds, if you can, whenever you can, and respond to them and connect with them for those few seconds. I'm not talking about spending hours playing a board game. I'm talking about you got a bid, that's something that you can do very quickly. Instead of focusing on whatever it is that you're focusing on, give them a few seconds here. And that's enough to help them feel like I've been seen and heard, and therefore I am significant and I belong. Remember those two basic needs. So sprinkle those gems everywhere you can, whenever you can. And it all depends on, of course, how you're feeling, whether or not you can give the time, and whether or not you feel energetically that you can afford to be connected and engaged even for those few seconds. The second thing is something that is much more proactive and planned. So GEMS are reactive. They're things that we do whenever we get those bids for attention. Whereas PS time, as I like to call it, personal special time, is something that we try to script. So it's something that we try to actually plan for in our week. So let's say, for example, you have 2 children. And one of the things that you can do is decide with the children, ideally at a family meeting, you can say with your spouse, you talk to each other and decide, we can afford to do 4 nights a week where we give 10 minutes to each child. So what that would look like is, let's say you have 2 children that are fairly close in age. You can put one down to bed at that time that they're supposed to go down to bed, and the other one would get those 10 minutes of time with mom and dad, or with mom or with dad. It doesn't have to be with both parents. You can decide what works for you. But personal special time is time that you will put into your agenda, that you will try to keep more faithfully, and where the child will be completely alone with you, or both of you, and they get to lead how it's going to play out. So if they want to play with the dolls, then you're going to play with the dolls, and you're going to do it enthusiastically. And the reason why we do PS time is because it increases their feeling of significance and belonging. So if I know that on Tuesday nights and Thursday nights, it's just going to be me with mom and dad, and I get to choose the activity, and they're always up for it, they're game, then I'm going to be very excited as a child, and it fills up my love tank. I'll be less likely to need to act out during the week because it's also going to become something that I look forward to. Here's something incredibly important about PS time. It cannot be used as a stick. It cannot be used to punish the child if they misbehave. However, if you find yourself in a situation where you genuinely cannot, you're exhausted, you have nothing to give, and you need to cancel PS time, you can explain that to your child with as much empathy as possible and try to reschedule that PS time. Another question that comes up is, well, what if I don't want to do the activity that they want me to do? Sometimes I say, suck it up. And sometimes I say, it's a great opportunity for you to teach your child how to keep other people's needs or take those needs into consideration. So you could say to your child very simply, I know you want to play wrestling with me. My back is feeling a little sore today. Is there something else that we can play? How you say it is so important. Please keep in mind that for them, this is a golden opportunity. They're so excited to be with you. And even if you feel like you can't shake off your day or your worries, try as best you can. If you need to, access our 3-minute mindfulness video to get into the mood so that you can be there for those 10 minutes. If you can just turn it on for 10 minutes, set the timer, and then you can see it as well, and that'll help you. You can do anything for 10 minutes.